Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the previous 2-3 charts where you put in a horizontal bar chart. Let's now talk about a very special chart which I use very regularly. That is called thermometer chart. Now what is this chart? Now I have a data which is exactly same to the one given in sheet 1. And in sheet 1 we prepared a chart like this talking about actual sales and target sales. So let me copy that and put them side by side so that I can compare. Now both of these charts are based on the same data, but when you present this data to someone, especially a large audience, putting these values side by side requires a bit of calculation internally in your mind. That is, how much is the gap? Let's say for HFD the target sales is 240 and actual sales is somewhat lower. Now if you compare it this way, it looks like a thermometer. So the red one talks about the target sales and the actual sales is somewhat less. It is easier to compare whether you have exceeded the target sales or have you met exactly or have you fallen short of it. So we will prepare a thermometer chart where you are comparing two things of the same scale. So it could be actual versus target sales. It could be last year's sales versus this year's sales. Or it could be my sale versus my competitor's sales. So where you are comparing two things of the same value, of the same scale rather, then you would be better off using this thermometer chart. And we will see how to make that. So let me just delete this particular chart. And let's see how based on the same data, you can prepare the thermometer chart. So if I choose the data, I go to insert. There is no inbuilt thermometer chart. You'll have to use some settings to modify the basic column chart to make a thermometer chart. So let me start with a basic 2D column chart. Yes, you would be surprised. Why did I choose the same basic chart? Agreed. Because from here, I will wish to this particular one. So let me do one thing. Let me first make some cosmetic changes. Let me go to layout and make sure the legends are shown on top so that I have more space. Let me delete these lines. You can also use the down arrow key to toggle between the different chart elements and delete the lines. Alright. Now comparing both, I notice that somehow these two building blocks are on top of one another. So how do I make that? And if I put the red block on top of blue block, I would not be able to see what's behind the red block. So how do I make it transparent so that I can see through? Let's see. So if after having chosen the red block, right click, format data series. Now within which I say make it overlapped, 100% overlapped. So as I feared, I cannot see the blue block. Agreed. So what do? I go to fill option and I say please make the option no fill such that I can see what's behind the red block, since the red is now invisible. But hey, I want to show that red block somehow. So why not make it a prominent border color with a solid line? Let's say red in color, contrasting one, quite thin rather right now. So let me go to border styles and increase the border width. Perfect. So you can increase the border width to the level that you would want. Close. Looks similar. Precisely so. If you want to change the color, you can click on the blue bar, go to format, on the shape fill, click on the desired color. If you want to make sure the entire chart area is colored in gray, right now only the plot area is colored in gray. If you want the entire chart area is colored in gray, how do we do it? If I choose the chart area, right click, yes, correct, format chart area. And in the fill, I say solid fill should be light gray. But hey, if I'm making the chart as gray, why isn't this turning to gray? Yes, because the chart area is the canvas on which the plot or the chart has been drawn. Now this has a separate entity, separate individuality, that's the plot area. So I can do two things. I can right click, go to format plot area, either make it the same color solid fill, or I can say no fill. Why? Because now it is transparent, it can look what is behind this, that is the canvas color. Close. So even better. Of course, if I stretch this data a bit, I can get the same effect as the previous chart. So give it a try. Very, very important chart. Just to summarize, you needed two techniques. One was to make sure it was overlapping, and second was to ensure it was no fill with a prominent border, color and style. So keep practicing, and you would be requiring this chart whenever you're comparing two things. Let's say 2008 versus 2009 sales, or let's say me versus my competitor sales, or perhaps profit as per accounting books versus profit as per tax books. Who knows? So we'll talk about the next level of charts in the next video. Thank you so much for the patient listening.
I hope you enjoyed our YouTube videos, and I really appreciate that if you could subscribe to our videos, which will also encourage me to give more such videos in the times to come. And you can also watch some of our popular programs which have been liked by a lot of viewers. See you soon.